It's Mansfield today. It's a Tuesday, and that means it's time for us to take a look at matters legal. And with those details, here's Advocate Lance Brogden.
Jim, thank you for the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, nice to be back here, Tuesday again. Right, so today we're going to touch on a very sensitive topic, but an important topic. It is an integral part of the world we live in. And I'm going to discuss today abortion in South Africa. It's worthwhile listening to, and I'm very comfortable to give my own personal opinions on this as well. In the wake of the American Supreme Court decision overturning the case of Roe versus Wade, and just to simplify it, Roe versus Wade allowed a woman the right to abortion, rights to decide what she does with her body. That is the picture. It's been coming a long way. There's been a lot of legal fighting against this from the conservative side. And as it currently stands, in principle, abortion is no longer legal. However, on the back of it, it's also been pushed down, the decision to allow it, to the different states in America. So that's just a bit of a backlog that made me think, wow, I think we need to have a catch up here and chat about it and see where we stand in this country, our country, South Africa. So up to 1997, very importantly, abortion was a no-no. There were extreme circumstances when abortion was permitted and under certain conditions, but generally it was regarded as not permitted. 1997, the world changed here. And as of then, abortion is permitted. But I want to put it into different little spaces to make sense of it. So legally, any woman of any age may request an abortion. Abortions are free at government hospitals, and also through the Marie Stopes Clinic, there's a process that can be taken place. But firstly, I would advise strongly against just any abortion anywhere. Secondly, I think it's important that I put my position here. I'm personally totally against abortion in principle. It's not something I support, not something that I think is right, but this is not the discussion for today. The discussion for today is looking at the interests of human lives. So the way it works in South Africa, during the first 12 weeks of pregnancy, any woman may ask for an abortion. And it may not be refused of her. There are no conditions, she may ask for it. From the weeks 13 to 20, she may ask for abortion, but there are a few areas that are visited. One, her health, physical and mental, are at risk. The fetus's health, physical and mental, are at risk. In the case of incest, and just for clarity, incest is where there has been a family sexual relationship, which brings vast trauma in itself, rape, and where the woman feels her social situation is such that it would be inappropriate to bring this child into the world. That is not completely clear, and it's not only financial. It could be the environment in which she lives, it could be a family living in an environment of narcotics. It's quite an open statement, but if she decides that, she may. From 20 weeks onwards, this is very important, and I'm giving you the law now. I'm giving you the law, the practical law. From 20 weeks onwards, where the life of the mother, or the mother-to-be, or the life of the fetus is in danger, an abortion may be requested and followed through. Right, so here's another point. There's an expectation that if it is a minor, if the woman is under 18, that she does consult with her parents, but there's no obligation. Okay, the expectation, but no obligation. Secondly, if she's older and has a partner or a husband, there is an expectation that she consults that person. But very importantly, there's no obligation to do so. It's her body. She does not have to ask permission from the man in her life or partner to go ahead and execute this, the abortion process. Furthermore, this is quite important. doctors may, in their rooms, execute an abortion process. Once again, let me give you the law. If it is within 7 weeks of the conclusion of the last menstrual period of the lady, for the 7 weeks thereafter, a doctor may, in his rooms, provide a mechanism of abortion. There are two parts to it. There's first a particular antigen, a medicine given to the woman, and then 2 days later, a different medicine. And this usually accelerates and causes an abortion to take place. That's only within the 7 weeks after the end of the last menstrual cycle. Right, another question that comes up is health workers, nurses, etc. Let me make it clear, they are under no compulsion whatsoever to assist with an abortion, unless there is a life at stake there and then they have to help. So if it's a case that a life is in danger, they are expected to help. What is expected of them is two things. One, they have to advise a person requesting an abortion on basically what are the person's rights, duties, and responsibilities. They must advise, this is what happens, how it happens, almost in the way what I've explained to you now. And the second thing they must do is they are expected then to refer that person to another health worker, doctor, to get the right advice. So yeah, where we're at right now, my concern with the situation in America, and I'll make it clear again, I'm not pro-abortion. In principle, not at all. On the contrary, I'm against it. But the problem is if you take this out of a legal process, a formal process, a medical process, and becomes a backstreet show, 1, people are exploited financially. 2, they are blackmailed. 3, people die. It's very traumatic. So I prefer to see myself as a person looking for a balance. And my balance is there are certain circumstances where I fully understand it is time to abort. And I pray much earlier than later in the period of carrying the fetus. But to go and make it blatantly illegal and wrong, it will continue to happen as it has for many, many, many decades, if not centuries, and it happens in the back streets. It happens with poorly prepped people. It happens in unhygienic areas. And I think that's equally traumatic and bad, okay, as saying that abortion is not right. Guys, think about this carefully. It is very, very important. You know, you're a young woman, you're even older woman, you are young ladies. Think you do have a right to look after your body. You do have a right to protect yourself. Think it through. I believe we have a pretty fair system in this country. I do caution against going just to any hospital or any clinic and running in because it's free and thinking you're going to get the great service. I'm not saying you get bad service, but currently I have a lot of question marks. Please look after yourselves. And when you do have a baby, care for him or her very, very much. Thank you.